Personal vlog, July 20th, 2025. Today I want to remind myself not to fall into mass social media grooming. I mean, social media audience grooming that happening recently. Just so let you know, recently they have an event that the CEO of Astronomer um, having affair with his HR chief, and then they caught red-handed in a like a kiss cam or something, right? And then the other one is the other viral is from China, that a man who pretend to be a woman that catfish in a, I don't know what kind of platform is that in China, and being able to trick all these men, young men mostly, about like 1,600 men to come to the place, and then doing the sexual intercourse, like, but even when they found out he was a man, but they still did it. And then because he was kind of threatening them, because he was recording in a hidden camera, so all of them. So most of them, they coming because they don't want to leave it empty-handed. So because they bring in like kind of grocery or something like that, and then they didn't want to go home empty-handed, so they did it anyway, even they know that he's a man. So basically, they're doing the homosexual activity or intercourse, right? What I'm trying to say here, even me myself, I was a victim of the scrolling. I was feeding myself with that viral news, which is like, because based on my curiosity and then my boredom, so I went through scrolling the videos of that the one that the kiss cam, and then they make a memes, and then I shared it in the social media, right? And then the other one also, the one that the Chinese scammer, I went through, and then for some reason, because it's from China, there are many Indonesian people reposting it. So, and then mostly like the comment, they're very creative by the way, so they're so funny. So I keep scrolling at it, I keep sharing it. What I'm trying to say here, I fell into this social media grooming. What I'm saying is, this is a way of the marketing. Okay, so to expand the audience, they did this viral thing. This has been known, like, but if you're in an elite, this is the way they're doing marketing. So to expand this information that they want, to the maximum angle from any point of view, because it's the viral thing. What I'm trying to say here, so okay, let's say about the cheating things, right? So they try to embarrass embarrass these people that like doing cheating, and from the comments, people like, well, do not cheat, blah blah blah, but it didn't consider cheating if you're not married, you're not officially married. And then it giving people understanding that marriage is very like scary, because what if you want to have a relationship with another person, so it's like the marriage is kind of ruining everything, ruining your career, your dignity, your, like, basically your family. So what I'm saying is, they try to promote that marriage, the legal marriage, is very scary. And then another thing about this Chinese male scammer, it makes people, they promote people who never been exposed to LGBT or like the homosexuality, especially like people in Indonesia. They have no access to see like any videos, porn video, like homosexual porn. Basically, they have no access. But because of this, they kind of have access. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of want to know, right? Because they're very curious. They want to know, and then, oh, where's the link? Where's the link? If you see the comment, they're like, where's the link? Everyone giving the link. Oh, you can see from here, from X, from Telegram, blah blah blah. And then they can download it, because they can download it. They have access to see that such video. And then for people who's like actually never been exposed, they're like completely strict and conservative. They don't even know they were conservative, because they've never been exposed to any of this. So people who never been exposed, they become expose themselves. They click that thing, they saw it, so it is giving them understanding, or like, oh, that's how homosexual activity is doing. And then why did they do that? They're curious. They chat GPT, Google, like, why man wants to do this bottom or anal intercourse or something. And then I don't know, but they're kind of curious. And then why? Because he's so ugly, he looks like blah blah, so why this person wants to cheat with the girlfriend for this fucking face? It's like so ugly, blah blah. And then also on top of that, he doesn't have pussy, he only has ass. It's kind of like they ask why. So they kind of dig into it, so they involve themselves into that metaverse, right? And then the other one also, the CEO thing, they kind of like, why are you cheating your wife, who's like super motherly figure, very pretty and then nice, to be with this the HR, the people chief officer or something that look like that, something like that. It's like they want to know why. So it's the same thing when back in the days, nobody knew who Epstein was, right? It's like when the hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself. Nobody know what it is, except people in here, people in the U.S. or like conspiracy theorists, people like conspiracy theorists in New York. Only us knowing like Epstein. But then nowadays, this is why like right before COVID, right? Epstein like 2019, 2020. Then recently, this year or whatever, since like the Trump, they're like, oh, release the Epstein list, release the Epstein, because Trump is already very viral, and then the fact that like people are questioning release the Epstein list. So people who didn't know anything about Epstein, they try to find out. They already know Trump because Trump is the president of U.S., right? So they want to know why they want to release this Epstein list. What is Epstein? So they chat GPT Epstein list. They like Google Epstein. What is that, right? And then you know what is like the allegation? Oh, because of this child trafficking, a pedo thing, and people who didn't know about Epstein, they didn't know about like child trafficking. They didn't know about pedo. They're like pedo. For some people, especially for some community, they have no idea that term pedophile or something or anything. They didn't know. But because of that viral thing, people start to finding out, talk about it, asking around. So it's a marketing strategy by the elites. Okay, my point here: do not fall into it. It's just a marketing. It's the same when they feed you with advertising and then you fall into it, and then you're a consumer, and then you're like feeding your emotion, feeding your prana. So when you originally you didn't know anything about pedo, you didn't know anything about homosexual. Now you know because of the internet, right? Internet, you're like can secretly finding out. You don't have to ask around. You can chat GPT, you get the answer, and then you have the kind of like idea. Oh, the homosexual is a man and man. Then how did they do that? How is that by mouth? No. It's like by anal, blah blah. And then they find out, and then they're like imagining it, and then they're like wondering after that why, and then they want to know how it feels, and then that's the root of like the curiosity comes into new experience for them. Okay, the same with the pedo. It's like, oh, why? And then they're like, why? Oh, bad, that's bad. But why everyone say bad? And then there's another one, like they're another asking, it's just love, like a minor preference, like, and then they think, yeah, maybe, it's like every person perception's different. That's why like some other people can agree or disagree, but the main point of this viral thing is the marketing. We live here in the earth, in the 3D realm, is for like marketing. When you introduce yourself, hi, my name is Fimala, it's like I'm market myself, it's like I'm doing marketing. So my point here, do not fall into this marketing, like a grooming. This is social media grooming. The same with the alien. Remember that the lady in the airplane say like, that motherfucker right there is not real, right? And then they're like, oh, alien. And then that's why they feed people. People think about the alien. Yeah, so all of this thing is just a marketing. Social media. If you close your social media, you don't know any of this. You're not gonna have any idea about this thing. Okay, so stay safe, stay human, and stay conscious.